How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have From Inside with us back again. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
Hello, I'm Bam, and I play bass.
My name is Zaid, and I am their new, so I guess our new lead singer.
Oh my God, so sick. Well,
Yeah, stop saying there. It's always that now. Come on.
Yeah, it's really weird.
You are
You
the
can
new
tell.
singer.
Yeah, you can tell that it still hasn't sunk in.
And I think that's fair. When I was talking to Bam many eons ago, the band was at a different state, and we were talking off camera about how cool it is to see you guys back out. At least for me personally, From Inside was easily one of the first bands I started doing interviews with on Audio Addiction back in the eon days of just like doing YouTube early on. But it's cool to see you guys back. If you guys haven't checked out, they have a new song, Let Me In. I did a reaction video for it. Go check that out as well. But the question I have for you guys is welcome back, first and foremost. And how did it come to be that you guys would come back? I feel like with losing a vocalist can be very tough, and going through lineup changes can be very difficult. So I'm curious on how, Zayd joined the band and like how you guys wind up reforming and doing this thing, because it's a completely different sound than beforehand. Like I went back and I was like
Yeah,
listening to some older stuff and I was like, it feels like you hit the reset button and now you're coming back full force. So how did that come to be?
I I blame the pandemic. Like, I mean, we'd had to change over. So since the last time we spoke to you, we had there was like 6 members in the band.
Yeah.
We had 2 vocalists. Eventually, that we sort of like parted ways with those guys, and we got a new guy in, and we decided we did want to go like more rocky. So from the 2 singles before before Zeta joined, a lot of it was aiming towards that goal of just trying to be more like pop rock sort of.
Yeah.
Just making that transition. And then 2020 happened, and everyone just sort of stopped doing things. I live on my own, so I struggled a little bit during the lockdowns and that. And I was thinking to myself, I was just like, I'm so fed up of writing sad songs and like sad music. I started writing just pop punk, just because like that's the first thing I ever learned when I was playing guitar and stuff like that, like when I was 12. So I just wrote a bunch of pop punk songs, and I was like, oh, this makes me feel like so much better than like trying to write a sad song or like about mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we came out of the pandemic. I did nothing with those songs. Like, they're just on the computer. I just did it for fun. And it came to the point where all the venues opened up and stuff like that. We filmed it, we recorded a new song.
Mm-hmm.
We had a music video filmed. And then we just had to have like the discussion with our vocalist before Zayd. And it was just, the conversation was just like, there's no way we could move forward.
Sure,
like the way that we were. So that song never came out. The music video never came out. Like, it's still just, it's in the vault somewhere.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, it might come to the light of day one day, but it's very like that middle section, that was released for in 2020. So then, we spent like a year, just under a year, sort of auditioning people and that, trying to find the right person. And then within that time, we would just write in loads of music, just trying to see like what we wanted to do, because we got to cater to the vocalist of who.
Sure. Yeah.
The sound of the music has to cater to the vocalist. I mean, and we weren't sure like who we were going to end up with. But yeah, we got asked to do a tour last April, and we was just like, we can't do it. We haven't got a vocalist. We don't want to just come back and have a fill in or whatever. And then that's our manager spoke to a friend of his, and then that's how we got in contact with Zayd. And then that's where the magic happened, really.
Zayd, how did
Zayd's side of the story?
Yeah, sure. Tell us, Zayd, what's going on with that? Because prior to that, were you in any sort of project? Were you doing anything musically where you're like, man, I really want to be in a band? Or were you just like, just living life, doing your normal stuff?
Brandon, I'll tell you my honest answer. I said no straight away. when I got asked.
What?
I
Oh
said,
my God.
because I had been in a band before. I'd done that for about 10 years. And
Wow,
then
okay.
this is how much I checked out. Only You was doing really well. It hit like 1 million streams. I had never heard of these guys. And that's how much I checked out of the music industry. I was on the working side of the music industry, like the business side, and I was doing some other things, but mostly in like pop and dance music here in the UK. I was sorting things out. I was editing. I was blah, 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 whatever. And then I get a phone call one day. It's like, some guys are looking for a vocalist for a tour. I think you'd be really good for it. And I was just like, no, I'm good. And I was like, don't.
Respect, though. Yeah.
Let's not. I was in my head. I was thinking, let them find someone who really actually wants to do it.
Sure. Yeah.
That's messed up. Just me showing, oh yeah, like half-assing it, whatever. And then it was our manager Josh, who basically, once I got on the phone with him and spoke to him, he seemed like a cool guy, and he kind of convinced me. He's like, just have a call with them. Like, you might as well have a call. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I got on this video call with them, and I think Booth, our guitarist, didn't show up for the first like 10 minutes. George didn't say a word. Our drummer George. And when everyone was actually finally on the call, including Josh and Bam and myself, we just joked for about 10 minutes and didn't speak about anything properly. And I think that's what, like, I was just like, okay, this is really fun. Let's try something. And then Bam, you got to help me here because we kind of struggle with the timeline. I think it was about 6 or 8 weeks later I finally come up and started working on music. Because I said, you had called me in the meantime and said, we're not doing the tour, but would you like to come write some music? And I had just come up and joined, and we started writing.
I think it was. I think the first initial time the first call or whatever we had with you, I think was the February, and then it was about 6 weeks later you came up in the March, because I actually looked at my calendar last week to see the date that you actually came up, and it was like towards the end of March, I think. I know Booth was on holiday, so if that checks out, like, I don't know, but it was something like that. But yeah, you came up for, was it the weekend you came up for? I can't remember, because
Yeah.
as no one knows, the rest of the band all live in Liverpool, and Zaid lives in Bristol, which is like 4 hours away.
Woo.
So yeah, obviously that's like nothing in America.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a
4
drive.
hours to the shop. Do you know what I
You're
mean?
like, let's go.
Yeah, but
it's a big deal here.
yeah, he just came
It's a big
Give me some credit.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give you credit. I'll give you credit.
Thank you. Real big deal.
But yeah, Zaid came up for the weekend, and we tracked we wrote three demos, I think it was, and then we sort of just like, he went home, we all just listened to him and was like, oh, actually this is really good. It wasn't amazing, do you know what I mean? Like, coming back into writing music,
Sure.
we were doing something different to what we had done before, and then we just sort of, one of the songs in particular sort of made us be like, right, this can work really well if we go in this direction. So over the months, like, me and Booth both were just writing songs, and then in fact, like, Let Me In, the first single that's just come out now, I sent to the boys, and Zaid wrote vocals for it, came up, and then he just like tracked it in one session, and we were just like,
sick.
Holy, can I swear? Like,
Yeah, go. Yeah,
I'm really bad with
I
language.
I make this much money on YouTube, guys. Just remember that.
Right. Okay.
Same.
Yeah, I'm really bad
Equally.
with language, so I'm like trying to watch myself.
I don't
But,
care. Yeah.
Yeah. Zaid smashed it just like in that. It was like one of the quickest songs that we'd written, and we sent it over, and we were just like, right, I think this is the direction that we want to go. So Booth wrote a load of songs, and yeah, we've got a really good sounding album that we're pretty proud of.
Oh, all right.
Which isn't announced yet.
Yeah, it's an album, quote unquote. I think it's
what we're doing.
Go ahead, man. No, I was gonna
say what we're doing is, like, we're just gonna release 10 singles over the next 10 months, and then, like, eventually that will just be the album.
it'll just compile together. I feel like you guys are doing the Spirit Box thing, which is where they release like, I think they released like 4 singles, and then they had one just like, hey, this is the last song, but it's part of our EP. Like, here you go, check it out.
Pretty
Um,
much. That's just how the industry's going.
and it's great. I love that. I mean, I'm also a little bit biased because I love like listening to albums from front to back, so I will probably just wait until everything's released and then go through all of it again. But I
Yeah.
know some people are very much like, as soon as that song comes out, they're like, when's the next one coming out? When's this next single coming out? Um, and I, either way, very stoked from, from Inside's new material, because I genuinely liked Let Me In. I feel like my personal music tastes have changed over the years. And I've gotten more into like pop and that sort of genre of music over that time. Uh, and for me, it was just a fun track to kind of get an idea of like what you guys are going for with a new sound. And I just loved Zayd's vocals. I thought he had definitely like this really cool like tonality. I don't know, maybe it's just because like I enjoyed the like UK scene and UK bands. It just I don't know, they got that chef's kiss like flavor to them that I feel like, no offense to American bands, I love me, obviously love the home country, but I mean, I just feel like international bands just have that little extra, on top of their music. And so it was just a fun, really vibey track, and I'm very curious to see if the rest of the album kind of goes in that sort of direction, or if you guys go like a little bit more into that rock direction, a little bit more into like more of the pop realm sort of stuff, because I could hear little bits and pieces of a bunch of different genres that I was really piquing my interest. So it was cool. How have you guys been experiencing the response of Let Me In? Because like I said, you guys kind of took like a bit of a hiatus, changed your sound, at least for me, from my perspective, and following you guys from the early on stages till now. The people that have kind of stuck with you from the beginning, or if you've gotten new fans, how has that been reaction to you guys and releasing new music and going about that different sound?
Do you want to go, Zayd?
It's funny for
I can
me
see you're
because
waiting
I
for
was
me to
like,
talk.
nah, I was just like, I was just thinking then, I was like, because we've had some which have been like, this is not my thing, but it's good.
Yeah, yeah,
We've
yeah.
had other people been like, this is incredible. And then, Brandon, you got to understand, like, these guys took so much time off.
That's what I'm
I
saying. Yeah.
came along, and there's a fan base waiting there. There's at one point during the pandemic, these guys had 32 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and I looked at it and I was like, these these monthly listeners are waiting for something new. Like, they're not
Yeah.
going to get what they've had before.
32,000. It wasn't 32 million, it's 32,000.
Oh, sorry. Did I say
32
million?
million would be sick. Guys, let's run it
Oh.
up the numbers. Come on, let's go. I don't know what you're doing here.
You can tell it's late here in the UK. Very
It's okay.
tired
It is.
guy.
You can be modest. It is 32 million now.
Yeah,
as you're watching this video right now,
32,000.
it's
It will be. It will be.
it will be. Yeah. The
Yeah. I'm
stonks
just gonna
the
talk
stonks
it
are
into
going up,
existence.
guys. Just so you know.
But my kind of view on it all was, okay, we've got this new sound. The hell with it. You've got a choice now. Just like Bam said, how we're going to release each single and the way you're going to be able to hear it. This is a complete consumer market. Like, come on. If you don't like it, don't tell me there's nothing else out there for you to listen to. And you can comment and you can say, this isn't for me. I think we had, Bam, was it you that replied to that Instagram message, but basically saying like, this guy sounds like he's come off of Love Island or something. Was this?
No, I didn't even see that.
I saw that message and someone already applied to it, so I laughed and I was like, right, number one, I would say that as a compliment.
Yes.
I don't mind that.
I would agree. I would agree.
And number two, if we ever get played on Love Island, that's a successful thing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Leave your whole rock should be this and what do you call it when people like kind of take over like a genre and they don't kind of let people do certain things? Gatekeepers. All
Yeah,
these kind of
gatekeepers, yeah,
gatekeeper
yeah.
yeah, right. It's not for you. And so like if you enjoy it, which so many people have, and we got to thank the people who have done, like if you enjoy it, amazing. And if you don't like it, look, we're planning on releasing, and I hear these words correctly. We're planning on releasing a single every single month. Do you know what I mean? And we're a DIY band. It should happen. If there's any issues, please don't blame us. We're trying our hardest. We're planning on releasing a new single every single month. The next one might actually not be for you. We have sorted out this new sound, and it's funny. Bam said something really interesting. He was like, "Yeah, during the pandemic, I was writing like, or you said you were listening to like a lot of like sad songs and like these kind of." That's what the old From Inside was, and I've stood there in our little studio space with Bam before and looked at lyrics of old From Inside songs, and I'm like, "Man, this is depressing." Like, I'm singing this
Yeah.
live because we are gonna just to let people know we are gonna actually play some of the old songs. Of course we are. Like,
Yeah.
you come to see From Inside, you want to see From Inside.
It's a history.
And
Yeah.
it's interesting because there is songs on this debut album, quote unquote debut album, that do tackle some sad topics. But we've decided to approach it in a very different way. And so I would really appreciate people to not only just don't just take it on face value. Don't just look at us and go, 800 pink balloons, this is gonna suck. Like, don't do that. Just watch it, listen to it, take the lyrics in.
Just listen to the
and see
song.
if you enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and by the way, if
You can
don't
go like
enjoy it,
this and still listen, you know what I mean? That's like, you
yeah,
know, it's all optics, you know. You don't have to watch the music video. You could literally
no,
just do this and then the music's still going to be playing. I know it's a miracle that have you know given you that revelation, but yeah, I think it's tough because for me, like, obviously I know what you guys sound like prior to, you know, Let Me In. And I, you know, as somebody who has been in the scene for a long time, you can't expect the band to write the same album 5 different times. There are bands that do that and with, you know, different levels of success, right? But I think that for myself as an interviewer, if I can't see the growth that any band experiences, then why would I even listen to this band, right? You want to be able to grow with the people who write the music. And yeah, there could be a point in time where you have a depressing spot in your life, or things in your life may be really depressing, and I hope it gets better for you. But you know, those are moments, right? And I always found with, especially with Let Me In, like, you could definitely tell, like, initially I was like, I don't know if I'm like vibing with this, but then as the song kind of clicked on, I was like, okay, I'm really digging this. I'm really digging it. And I always say that you can't just jump right into it and be like, this is it for me. And there are bands that, like, if they switch sounds, I get it right away, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You know, like, I always bring this up. Bring Me the Horizon is a great example of a band transitioning their sounds. They had literally deathcore music, and now they're doing like radio, like arena rock sort of stuff. Great transition. Um, and I think that if you aren't able to look at a band and be like, you know what, like, I see the vision of what they're doing, go broaden your horizons, right? Like that, like, you're not going to be, as much as I'd love to be listening to metalcore in my 50s, it's probably not going to happen, right? Like, unless I'm like, just like, this album changed my life and I'll listen to it just to be like, just to, like, you know, freak my kids out or whatever. But like, other than that, you know, I don't really foresee myself doing that unless I'm like taking some, you know, unless I'm going to a show with my kids and then, like, having them experience metal for the first time in their life. Um, but I
Yeah.
think it's cool to see what you guys are doing, and from the original spot you guys were at till now and where you guys will be going. I think that that's important to see, and that you can't just allow yourself to be in this mental thought that they're not going to change, right? Like, that's just not realistic. Like, people's experiences change, musical influences, all that changes over time. You can't expect somebody to write the same album or the same things. It's just not what's going to be, this is not what's going to happen, right? And I appreciate that you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have taken the opportunity to grow and to do something different. And I hope that people who maybe are on the fence about what you guys are doing will at least give you the shot, right? Like, that's what I say to bands all the time. if they change their sound, just give them the chance to win you over. Like, it's not necessarily like it's gonna be that first song, but maybe that next song will be like, ah, I get it. That makes sense. Like, that's clicking with me.
Well,
Or it might be the third
the
song.
old songs, the old songs are still there, so like,
Yeah.
you can still go listen to the old songs. And like, we are still gonna play like some of our favorites from the old stuff.
Sure.
But with the new stuff though, it's like, Let Me In's not even the best song. We didn't want to release the best song first. Do you know
Fair
what I mean?
enough.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's up there. It's like on the top, it's the top better half of the album, let's say. But I mean, they are all just they are quite different. Well, very different to our older stuff. I mean, we've got like this sections of songs that sound like Boyzone and NSYNC.
Oh,
We've
all
got
right.
sections that sound like Ed Sheeran, like Chainsmokers.
Wow. All right.
Anything else you can think of, Zaid? Like they're all like there's like
No,
a really like trancey kind of
yeah,
song.
like I have a feeling that this next release is gonna make it or break it for these old fans. They're gonna either go, yeah, they're gonna either go, yeah, this is my shit, or they're gonna be like, I am never listening to From Inside again. Like this is it. This is, and I'll put this on the record because, but you gotta. The thing is though, we can't. Like there's certain bands that can release the same stuff over and over again. Metallica, yeah. Everyone knows what
Dance
Metallica
Gavin
sounds
Dance
like.
do it, and
Yeah.
they smash it every
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
yeah. There's some bands that can perfectly do it, but then as soon as Metallica release Saint Anger, everyone goes, "What you doing?" and they go back. Do you see what I mean? Like there's some bands that can do it, and when they sway away, or you got a band like A Day to Remember, they went a little bit more commercial rock. Everyone was like, "We love the old stuff." They came back with their older stuff. And the fans' response was, "Well, it's not as good as your older stuff, is it?" Like, you can't always please everyone.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
instead, why don't we
Yeah.
just why don't we just get in a room and the four guys that are creating the music are going to tour the music, are going to put their heart and soul into the music. If this is what you like, then this is what we're going to do. And we just want to always leave a studio session or a writing session, or when we get the mixes back, we just want to be like left with that feeling of, yeah, man, we did it. And if that's what we get from it, then we hope that you guys enjoy it. But it's not gonna bring us down if someone's like, I really like your old stuff. I can't listen to the new stuff, because like that's fine. Like we appreciate the honesty. If you just turn around and go, this is shit, like I don't know what you want me to do with that. Like
That's
I'm
true.
not gonna
I don't write
apologize.
songs for. I'm not writing songs for you, man. I'm writing songs for your mum to jam to and like
Yeah,
get
exactly.
you to like dance. Do you know what I mean? Like they're all dance songs. Like they're all poppy songs. Like I can't
Yeah.
stop. When now, like when I'm practicing them, and we're like trying to work out, what we're gonna do on stage and stuff. I can't help but dance. Like every song is just so like feel good. Like
Yeah.
and it's exactly like I'm a high believer in like manifesting things, and I do
Same.
think that like our old stuff it's so sad. Like obviously it's helped loads of people with mental health.
Sure. Yeah.
With the lyrics and that, but it's so they're all so sad, and I just think like we needed to flip it around. We needed to have these happy songs. I mean, there's still like elements of depression and that within the songs, but it's said a happy way. So it's like it doesn't make you feel sad. It's like you can still dance to it and be like, oh right, okay, yeah, these lyrics are about like a sore subject or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still like a really good feel good song. So that was the goal with the releases that we've got to come up.
I
And
also
there's no
think
screaming.
I also
There's not one
no
scream
screaming.
on these songs.
Oh,
Which is funny because both me and Bam can do it. We just choose not to.
respect.
Yeah.
But I think too, like I think the most gratifying thing about bands when they change their sound is if the band loves the material, right? I mean, I feel like, Bam can obviously speak on this. Older From Inside material sure has a special place in his heart, certainly. But also at the same point, like, you can tell if a band is really enjoying what they're writing about, And I think that to me is a big proponent on why I'm cool with bands changing their sound. Like if they're just like we're going full in on the new sound and like this is what we want to do and we find enjoyment out of it. Literally what Bam was saying earlier about dancing to his own your own music. Like that to me is a big selling point on why I am totally okay with you guys changing your sound. Not that you needed my, good graces to do that, certainly, but I think that that helps me enjoy the music a little bit more because I know that they are enjoying what they write, and I think that to me, if anything, I would hope is probably the biggest thing for maybe old fans, much like myself, that have known you for a while, to kind of transfer over and listen to the new stuff and have it come with a different mindset, a fresh perspective, and I really enjoyed the song. I'm excited to hear some of the more like out there, more like songs that maybe might not necessarily be in my wheelhouse. That I'm like I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is for me, but maybe this might be for someone else, and somebody else might be like, Brandon, I really appreciate you doing this reaction video for, XYZ song. This was great. I didn't know about this band, and now I love them, and that's to me. And I talked about this in like an interview I did a couple days ago, actually. Um, how important it is to like not take a shit on like if somebody is enjoying what they write, like if it's not for you anymore, it's just not for you, and that's just you can walk away from that situation and be completely fine with it. There's plenty of other people out there that will like the new sound. There's probably plenty of people that hate the new sound. It is what it is. You can't cater to everyone, unfortunately, but I feel like as a listener you can always take that opportunity to come into it with an open mind. And I think worst case scenario, you don't like it, you don't like it. That is what it is, But at least you gave it a shot, and I think that that's important. And like, if you don't like it, don't fucking comment and say like, "This is shit." It's just not for you. Like, why?
Radio One
Why
liked it.
What the fuck? Why waste your fucking energy? Right, typing out shit online, like it doesn't. I never understood that. It still never makes any sense to me now.
It's good for our algorithm.
Okay, well then if you want to type shit,
It helps us. The more comments we get, yeah, it helps us.
It's
I'm
good
just
for
gonna
our
I'm just gonna
awful
send
algorithm
positive
that,
messages now.
because we've not done anything in like 3 years. Our
That's
algorithms
true.
at the moment are a joke. It's so bad.
Are you guys gonna do like a mean tweets like segment? You're just gonna find all of the worst comments and be like, and then just have a video up where Zaid's gonna be like, "So I found the worst comments about our new
someone basically, yeah, like someone basically turned around. It's that same Love Island guy because I forgot to tell you the first part. The first part was he basically said, "I haven't liked you guys since your first Screamer." So that would have been like how many years ago would have that been, Pam?
2019.
Okay, this guy's held that in for 4 years.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? He's held that in. And then he's finally went, you know what? This is my time to shine.
Yeah, he broke his fingers out and got ready to do the
that
internet
guy
typing.
stretched before telling us how much we sucked. And so like I appreciate like people's honesty. But Brandon, I'm hoping
I will say though, I was
gonna
going to say we have had loads more love than we have hate because I said like 2 days ago it's weird that we've had no negative comments about it. Like it was doing just everything I heard was like really good, and I was like, I feel like I need to hear negative, otherwise people don't.
And
then
boom, 48 hours of it.
Like,
yeah. Bam, you know that Bam said about like manifesting things.
Yeah, he manifested it back up
for it. Yeah,
the universe was like, all right, let's go, all right.
Yeah. But what I was actually gonna say was, I'm really looking forward. Like, I'm hoping you're gonna react to everything that we put out.
Oh, I am. 100%.
It's gonna be that to me, like, because these releases are, some of them are similar, some of them are very out there. And we're not going to tell people, we're not going to be like, oh, well, I'm telling you now, the next one's different. And if the next one does if the next one gets a good response, I think this is probably the one I'm most like not nervous, I guess, but just like a very interested and curious to see, because like if they didn't like the way Let Me In was,
Oh,
oh
so this is
my.
okay. So this is really out there then.
This one was my least favorite when we wrote it at mine, and like the demo version of it, I was just like, I'm not too sure about this song, and then we tracked it with Eric, our producer,
Woo.
and just the vocal production. Eric in the band Loathe, so he's
Yes.
been producing our album for us, and yeah, just the vocal production he's done on the song, like, it's so good. Like, I mean, I'm not very good at writing harmonies, so I can, when me and Zayd are in the other room tracking, it's, there's no like real vocal layers or anything like that. So it was just like a basic song at first, and then we've taken it in to Eric, and like Eric said after we finished it, it was his favorite song to produce, just because it's so different. And I would say this is
Oh,
like the
that's a good
most
point.
Backstreet Boysy kind of.
Yeah, this is something
All
I'm gonna
right.
clip. I'm gonna clip this part and tag Loaves to hell, because this song, even though it's the most out there, it's like dancey, and yeah, it's been vocal produced and everything else produced actually by Eric. But this is Eric from Loaves' favorite From Inside song. So if you're like, I'm unsure about it,
He
then
loves
because
it.
he loves it. So I'm gonna name drop right there. Put that, we were sprinkling stuff earlier. I'm gonna name drop for the Low
I
fans.
love
Like
it.
if he
Hey.
loves it, but he's actually also been like a massive help to me. Like it's I can't believe I even got into this band with the way my voice sounded a year ago. Like I thought it was shit. So, and like I've been doing my vocal lessons, I've been
Hey.
practicing like hell, I've been writing. This is without a doubt the best stuff I've ever written, and
Same.
both lyrics and vocal melodies, because I've sat in a room with three guys and then plus Eric, who turn around to me and go, "That shit, you can do it better."
Big salutes to
That's
Eric. Yeah.
yeah. Straight to it. Because we if these guys don't enjoy it, then how is anybody else going to enjoy it? So yeah, they've brought out the absolute best out of me, and funnily enough, I think I've kind of brought out the best in when it comes to like the social media game with the band, because
You're right.
it's been it's been interesting looking back at what they used to do compared to what they do now, and me and Bam have just took it and ran with it.
You have,
Like
yeah.
we spent a lot of time filming stuff. We spent a lot of time getting things ready. Like we know what this game entails, and if there's any labels out there right now looking for a new band, believe me, like if we come on board, we're not messing around. Like we want to be the biggest thing in the UK, and we believe we are going to be that. And if that makes you uncomfortable to hear, then get back to working, because we're trying to outwork everyone. We are, and I know it sounds like really arrogant, but at the same time, it's not.
No.
Because it's just like,
I love it.
to me, it's like this is our life.
Yeah.
Like if we're not trying to be the best, then why bother?
It's do or die.
Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go. And I've never met three other guys in bands that do so much as well. There's normally like one guy in a band that gets everything sorted. These are four guys that look after and take care of everything. And so like this is like the dream band for me. This is the dream scenario.
And what a 180 for you, Zayd, at least just saying, or, obviously to go back to a former point in our interview, but like from you going to say no to not being in the band to being like, this is the best band I've been a part of. What, like, if this was a fucking movie, what a story arc, like that's
if this is a
great.
film, right. If this is a film, Zac Efron's playing me.
Of course, yeah. I wouldn't expect anything less, honestly.
I think Zach Galifianakis is playing Old Bam. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is playing New Bam.
Oh, even better. Sure. Love it. All right. Respect.
That's just because of the height. I've picked that.
Okay.
I think Cher would play Booth, and George would play himself. And yeah, like, by the way, I didn't say no. I didn't even hear the band name when I said no.
You just said
I
no.
didn't. I just go. The text message I got was, "There's a band looking for someone
And
for a
you're like,
tour.
nope.
Would you be interested?" And I called. It was Nick Matthews. He worked with my old band. He's an incredible tour manager. He deals with a lot of bands in the UK. He owns Bedlam Booking, so shout out to him.
Woo.
And I called him, and I was like, "Are you really calling me for this?" I was like, "Do you really want me
Wow.
to?" I was just like, are we really gonna have this moment? Like, and he was like, no, listen to me out. They're doing this, they're doing that. I said, okay. And then checked them out and loved them. So yeah,
There you go.
a massive 180. Brandon, who's playing you in the film? When is this interview comes like just near the end of the film, so
Who
who's
is playing
you?
me? Oh man, I don't know. I feel like just as like, oh man, I don't even know who I want me to. I guess
Put you
I
on
would
the
be Ken
spot.
Jeong. It's Ken Jeong. That's my I'm being played by Ken Jeong. You know, I feel like I gotta play into I gotta play into the bit, you know, a little bit. So yeah, and he's hilarious. So shout out to my dad, Ken Jeong. But
Yeah, well, if you're related, you might as well.
we're probably about as we're about an nth degree apart. You know, or like And Ken Jeong, come
Well,
on the channel. I don't know, whatever. I don't
yeah, come on,
interview
Ken.
movie stars, but that'd be great.
Let's stop.
It'll be my transition point from interviewing bands to now movie stars.
And we never hear from you again.
And never, yeah, this would be the last time you guys would see me ever. No, I love the fact that you guys are really just booking it in terms of like the social media stuff. Like, I went back and looked, and I was like, God, like there's such a 180 on that too. I feel like you guys are just going hard with like posts and stuff all the time. And again, as someone who practically does this in their free time, I respect that tremendously because it is very grueling. It is very difficult, and if you are doing it constantly, it can certainly bring some burnout. So I'm glad you guys are just again continuing to do it, kill it, guys. You already know. I'll leave links below. Go give them a follow on social media. I left a bunch of follow links in the reaction video, so do that too. Make sure to thumbs that video up too. Make sure to support them. But it's really cool. Also, again, big shout outs to Loathe. I love them so much. They're one of my favorite bands. So when you guys come to the States, I mean, if you want to like come on the channel, like that would be kind of sick. Might as well just like chill now, Eric. I know. Come on, man. Let's do it up. Let's do it up. But
we'll show this part to Eric.
I've been trying to get them on. I know Fee. I've been knowing Fee from Loathe as well for like quite a long time when he was in Holding Absence. So I'll give a funny tidbit about him. So they played in Philadelphia, where I live in the States, and I was like one of the last people at the show, and I like come up to him, and I was like, hey man, well, how's it going? And he was like, you're not. He's like, are you Brandon from Audio Addiction? And like, I didn't even tell. Like, he just knew who I was immediately.
Amazing.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, no shit. He's like, he's a really. And I was like, yeah, 100%. And he's like, oh my god. He's like, it's been so long. So then we like hugged it out and we were chatting about like Loathe and stuff, and it was just such a cool experience. And I'm glad he's like killing it in Loathe right now. And also just
so
that
good.
band in general is doing some awesome stuff. So good for them. And Eric, Fee, come on, listen. I don't know who do I have to ask God? Like, is that the next person I have to ask to get you guys on the show? Like I'll do it. So
Eric will do anything for KFC. So
okay, so just Eric, I will bring you KFC.
Yeah,
if you come
Eric's a
through.
KFC slut.
He's
So.
gonna hate that.
Eric, here's the funny thing about him.
Oh God,
people take Eric like super seriously and stuff like that, and like I just like to see how much I can push him.
He's a lovely guy. Let's just stop it there. He's a really lovely guy.
No, he's a lovely.
See, it's just like, how much controversy
wait,
can I stir up right now?
No, yeah, we're just here like, yeah, he's a really lovely guy. No, he isn't. He's a bastard. But we're like, no, Eric's great, but like, there's an aura around Loathe. I absolutely love this like weird like aura around Loathe, and I just love the fact that there's this guy who people would dream to be in a room with, because he's also like, he's probably one of the best musicians I've ever met. Like, he's
Oh, he's
incredible.
so
Yeah,
fucking
nuts.
But
talented.
yeah, like I'm just sat there in a room with him, and I'm thinking to myself, how can I annoy him? Like, that's all I'm thinking. Do you know what I mean? I just really want to push his buttons, like, because it's just fun too. So yeah, Eric, if you end up, Eric's not watching this. He might. I don't know. He's too cool. He's too cool from inside. Yeah, he's if he ends up watching this, yeah, Eric, fight me. Let's go.
I'm gonna have some very hurt feelings if you don't watch this video, Eric. I just want to say, I don't know you on a personal
I
level,
want
but
Eric in the octagon. I want to. Is this how Jake Paul starts
it's a
stuff?
celebrity. Oh, it's a celebrity boxing match just starting right now. Oh God,
Mm.
I don't want to be
I want,
responsible for this.
I want me versus Eric, and Bam versus a hamster. Let's make it happen.
Oh my god.
Somebody has
Is
to
that your
clip
weight class, Bam?
That we'll stop talking about Eric now because he's gonna hate all this. I'll message him and let him know though.
Oh God.
I don't know why the other day I got a message about him, like, because we were going around to his to do stuff, and I basically, that came up, and I just said fuck Eric, but I screenshot it and sent it to him. So I just wanted him to know, like, I just wanted him to know my response to things. So yeah.
I'm glad you took the time to give a response here in an interview that he's gonna,
Yeah, well,
watch. Hopefully,
yeah. This will
it's
make
important.
you see, Brandon. This will make him watch.
I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bam, is there anyone else I can call out?
Yeah. Van's just like,
Boris Johnson.
I can't.
Oh, fuck Boris. Fucking
You're-
Tory government. I've had enough. I will say something else. Whilst I got the time, we want to play Glastonbury, we want to play Reading Leeds, we want to play Download Fest, and I'm telling you right now on here, right, we're gonna do all three within the next 5 years. Okay, it's all gonna happen. So just
You heard
know
it
it's
here first.
happening, and yeah, like we said before as well. We're not here to we're not here to play around with it. We're here to make a real big statement on the UK music scene and above and beyond. Like, let's go. So we can't do it without people's support. So yeah, whoever's watched this interview and Brandon, yourself, like, credit to you, man. Thank you for taking the time out to just do this with us.
Of course.
It's going to be a wonderful ride. We're in the second month now of 2023, and it's Bam, how long have you been waiting, literally, to just
Unleash.
get people listening to this music?
I the single that we just released specifically, I actually checked the Logic project file or the upload of the first instrumental the other day, and that was, I think we wrote "Let Me In July, so it's come out relatively quickly, really. But the other song, like, we wrote loads of songs. Like Booth, remember one week Booth sent over like 30 chorus ideas that he wrote in the space of like 2 days, and between us, there's so many demos that we haven't even used, because we wrote better. But yeah, I've been waiting to play live music since 2020. Like, we had a tour lined up just before it was supposed to happen in March, and then obviously that was all stopped. And then it was the waiting for the venues to reopen. That happened, and then we parted ways with our old vocalist. So then it got even more frustrating. Then it was waiting a year trying to find someone, and it was just like, what is going on? Like, are we even going to play shows ever again? Like, I mean, it's in me. I have to do it. And I'd say the last 8 months have been the most frustrating, because we've had songs recorded, because we started working with a different producer to mix the song, and specifically Let Me In, and we weren't happy with it. We sort of didn't agree with decisions made for the song.
Sure, yeah.
So like we thought that song was going to come out in like October last year, and then we had to then find a new producer. So we decided to, we were working with Eric anyway for engineering and recording the songs, but we ended up messaging a bunch of people who we really like as producers and like what albums they've done, and we just sort of Chris Crummett, who's done like Dance Gavin Dance and that. We had a conversation with him, and it just seemed like the right move to make, really. So yeah, we sent the song. We sent the first 3 songs to him, and we were like, is he gonna do what we want him to, like? Do you know what I mean? Because like he's
Yeah.
so good anyway, and we did want to be like, we don't like what you've done because that's so like
Yeah.
it's amazing. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But like we were so worried whether it was gonna be the sound that we wanted, and the first like revision of it that he sent back to us, straight away we was just like, yeah, amazing, like perfect producer for what we wanted. And then obviously there's other revisions after that. It's not
Yeah.
as smoothly as like boom done.
You're like,
But
good.
it was exactly yeah. But it was exactly what we were after. And then yeah, like every song that we get back just sounds a million times better than when it did when it was just recorded in my spare room. So yeah, I can't, because not all of the songs are mixed yet.
Sure. Yeah.
Everything's recorded. It's just we're a self-funding band, so everything's a lot of money. Like,
Yeah.
no one knows how much money things are, and it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah.
So without a label, we're funding absolutely everything ourselves. So yeah, so we're getting songs mixed in batches, and we're getting the second batch of songs sent off next week, and they already sound way better after Eric's done what he's done to them. So I'm really excited, because these 2 of the 3 that we're sending off again were like ones we were like, ooh, don't know. And then as soon as there's like better vocals on them, we're like, holy shit, these even might be my favorites now. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Ooh,
we don't know
alright,
until we get the
alright.
mixes
He
back.
says that every time we leave Eric.
Every
by
time,
the way.
honestly.
But it's true, though.
He
That's
says
good.
that.
Time.
And I
Yeah.
look at him, I'm like,
It's
so this is your new one? Is this like, and that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
I was gonna say,
But Bam's right. Like, and I think I've been wanting to work with Chris Crummett since Let's Cheers to This. Like, as soon as I heard that Sleeping with Sirens album, I was like, this is incredible. He then went on to do that Issues self-title,
Oh,
and then all
yeah.
like the Dance Gavin Dance stuff. And I was just like, wait a second. He's, first of all, for the man to be interested in working with us, like, wow, that's like a thank you, big moment. And then for him to take the time and do what he did on it was unbelievable. Like, he put, despite the fact that we're not as big as these bands, he still put so much time and effort, and like such an incredible. We're getting comments about the mixes.
Yeah.
Like,
It was great.
that, that's good. Like,
Yeah.
people normally don't drop that on like a public comment
Yeah, I was
board,
gonna
you know what I
say,
mean?
yeah. Yeah, I
Who
feel like
makes it?
unless
It's
you're
like
like
mad.
unless you're like a music fan and you're like, ooh, that sounds like a Chris Crummett chef's kiss, like
Yeah.
I was like, in my head I was thinking, I was like, is this a Chris Crummett mix? This does kind of sound like it, but I didn't want to say it just in case I was wrong, because I never like to put out wrong information. But I'm glad that the corroboration in my head was correct. So shout outs to,
Yeah, man.
Chris is the GOAT. I have had plenty of bands on, big and small, that have worked with Chris, and they all say wonderful things about Chris Crummett. So he is indeed the
Well,
OG, man.
the second EP that we released, I think originally we'd spoken to Chris
Mhm.
about mixing it, and I think it was something just to do with like schedule.
Sure,
Or,
yeah.
I mean, it might have even been budget again. I don't know. Like, just one of those, like, again, because we've always been self-funding. So he's definitely someone that we've always wanted to work with. And then for Zay to say that as well, like, it's someone he's always wanted to work with. But he was definitely the right person for these songs, like 100%. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, and I'm glad it worked out. And obviously, I'm very stoked to be doing a reaction video for each song that comes out, so you guys can rest assured there'll be plenty of content coming here from Audio Addiction from Inside. Because listen, they're OG, they're the fam to me, so I gotta support them. So if you can too, go do it. That'd be awesome. But the next question, guys, we have many questions to get into. We have spent a good 50 minutes talking about all the fun shit. So we have some more stuff. But in regards to who got you started out in your respective instruments, who is like the first person that was like, man, I really love to be a musician. I'd love to create music, and like that was like kind of the spark that ignited everything. And then who influences your style more currently, considering that things have obviously changed from the first band you enjoyed listening to?
I can answer Bams, I think. So
Okay.
first question, Tom DeLonge. Second question, Tom DeLonge. Was I close?
Yeah, kind of. Like,
All right,
You're gonna be honest.
Cool,
You're gonna
Brandon.
just say
Question.
no.
okay, all right, no, all right. I'll give you like an honest answer. Like, I mean, the reason why. So, it sounds like ridiculous, but like when I was a kid, I was like I still am a huge fan of like Bill and Ted.
Oh,
So,
nice. Yeah.
when I was a kid and seeing them like be in a band that like changes the world and shit like that, I was like, holy shit! Like, that's something I would like. It's amazing. I'd love to be able to do something like that. But then didn't take up any instruments, from my whole childhood. And then I think when I was about, I think I was about 11, and my dad asked me if I wanted to, if you wanted to buy an instrument, if I wanted to learn an instrument and that. And I think I said like drums or something like that. And he kind of was just like, yeah, all right, you sure? And I was like, no, I'm
As
not really
all
bothered.
yeah, as
And
all
then,
parents are. Yeah.
and then like, yeah, and then within like a year later, my 12th birthday was coming up, and he said something, and he was just like, "Do you want to learn an instrument? Like, what about guitar?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'd be pretty cool if I learned guitar. Like, I'm into like, to be honest, like when I was younger, I wasn't really into music that much. Like, kids in school would talk about like the radio, and I'd have to like listen to the radio and try and force myself to enjoy. I didn't get it like when at such a young age, but yeah, like Blink was like a big thing when I was like 12. Um, and he bought me an acoustic guitar and was like, "You can have an electric guitar when you can play that one properly." So I had
That's
like
a
a
good move.
year of just playing acoustic, and like I fucking hated it. Like it hurt my fingers so much. Like I just
That's true,
couldn't
yeah.
like. Yeah. So I convinced my mum to get me an electric guitar, and then as soon as I got that, I went to school and was just like, there was a guitar teacher there, and I just said like, how do I learn these songs? And he said something about tabs, so I went on like Ultimate Guitar or whatever it was, like back in the, it's probably a still thing,
It
and
is. Yes.
just printed off like every song that I loved. I think I bought all of the Blink books for like learning how to play the songs, and that's how I just got into playing guitar and writing music. And then I found Feeling for a Friend, and then that was my next love. And my first time ever performing with a drummer was me and him was just in his front room, my best mate Dan, and he was just like, oh, let's just play these funeral songs, and we just played like the same 5 funeral for a friend songs for like a couple of weeks, and that's when we decided to start up like an emo band when I was like 15. And then before that, I'd watch my friends be in bands in these venues, and it blew my mind that like my mates were on stage performing music, and I was like, is it just as easy as like just starting your own band and just doing it? And they were like, yeah. So then that was it. I was 15 years old. I left school and started playing music, and I've 18 years later, I've not stopped.
Ooh.
So that was the main way I got into music. But writing influences like right now, it's a tough one because I don't really listen to like heavy music that much anymore.
That's all right. I get it.
Yeah. Obviously, it's all right, and it obviously shows in the songs that we're releasing now. But I mean, in the lockdown, I got really into like Mod Sun.
Oh, nice. All right.
And a lot of people are like Machine Gun Kelly. Like, I know a lot of people like don't like the guy, but you got to give it to him. He's brought back that whole pop punk like early 2000s
Fair enough.
sound.
Yeah.
You know, and like Blink have just come back and stuff like that. So our stuff isn't pop punk, but like I loved what Mod Sun had sort of done with like the album that he released in the pandemic and that. And but yeah, just listening to like happy songs like Chainsmokers, like it's a catchy
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
thing, and like going back listening to like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and that. I was on the train the other day and I listened to like Five's second album, and someone saw it in work, like on my Spotify, and they were like, "Why are you listening to Five?" I was just like, just something different, I guess. But yeah, that's for me writing wise at the moment. You know, I'm just trying to do happy stuff what I liked back when I was a teenager.
Zaid.
So yeah, that's to answer your question.
Me, I got obsessed with Led Zeppelin at like the age of 4.
Nice. All right.
3 or 4 years old. Like it just happened. My dad had a VHS tape. For the kids listening, VHS, you can Google that. You may not know what it is. I don't know. Yeah, so that was it for me, and that was like this is gonna sound really weird. I still am. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and wrestling pay-per-views always had like the sickest music to it.
I would agree.
Like
Yeah.
it was like Drown and Paul, Saliva, Limp Bizkit, and so I'd listen to all these bands because of that. And then I started playing guitar at the age of like 11. Actually, same as Bam, because I went into what we call here in the UK senior school, and it was an option there. And then yeah, just kind of just took it from there. I was always into these more like new metal-y bands, and then a little bit more like the emo stuff. And then funnily enough, you know that I said before, like when I left the music industry, the performing, I left. I kind of like I don't know why I didn't do it. I didn't do it purposely, but I kind of just stopped listening to rock music because I guess because I wasn't in it, I
Sure.
didn't
Sure.
care
Sure.
as much. So it was just like it's just an even part. And during that time, like I was just I was listening to whatever was trying here. Like I'd listen to Grande, I'd listen to Dua Lipa, I'd listen to Bruno Mars, The Weeknd, like all of this kind of stuff, and still to this, even though I'm back in it, and I am listening to more. I sometimes have moments where Bam's literally put a band on, and I'm like, "Who's this?" And he's like, "How the hell do you not know these guys?" And like, I'm just like, I don't know. But it just yeah. And I think this works in our favor because I'm the one writing I'm the one writing these melodies in these lyrics. They're the one writing the music. If I listen to the exact same music that sounded like, you'll just get a carbon copy of another band out there. You're
Yeah.
not gonna get that here. And I think that's what's really helped, and maybe that's what's really changed the writing vibe for everyone as well. So yeah, my musical influence then very different to what it is now. But I will always then put on something maybe heavier. In the gym earlier, I was listening to Alien Ant Farm's first album.
Ooh.
Like it's just whatever. Again, there's just so much music out there. Like
Oh yeah.
just listen to whatever, man. So and whatever kind of just gets me in that headspace that I want to be, and then I'm like, boom, I'm there. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I appreciate that you guys are just trying to go about it a different way where you're just like, this is what I listen to, this is what I like to do, and not be afraid of like, okay, well, if people like this band, like, they're gonna like our music or whatever. You're just kind of creating to create, and I think that that's a very important ingredient when it comes down
And
to
it's
like
not
making music.
forced.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
It feels
It
genuine.
comes so naturally.
Yeah, it has a genuineness to it, and again, I can't keep plugging Let Me In, but honestly, I do feel like that is such a great stepping stone for what you guys are going to be doing next. And again, I'll leave links below to go give that a listen. But it's cool. I also like to hear about different influences and stuff because I think it also gives me an idea of like where you guys are coming from and maybe what sounds might be coming out in regards to From Inside going further because it's a good barometer. And then or when I'll be delightfully surprised at some of the more out there tracks, and I could be like, oh, okay, how can I kind of funnel that into like, okay, this one has like, a cool like Backstreet Boy hook or like an NSYNC hook or something like that. And I like that you guys don't put a barrier on just like you guys will just listen to anything. That's kind of my mentality right now. I know that early on when I was like much younger and getting into the scene, I was just like, yeah, it's just metalcore. That's all I like. That's my shit. Like that's my jam. That's all I'm gonna listen to. And very quickly you get tired of that because you're like, man, unless it's a band that's just like going out there and doing some crazy shit, they tend to have that sort of similar sound, right? And I think over the years, like I have also kind of taken my like elitism down from being like, you know what, I should listen to some pop music. And over the past couple years, especially more so like in the pandemic, and I've given myself more time to listen to music during that time period, I was able to listen to like a lot more like pop acts. I'm like a huge Dua Lipa fan now. I love the new Harry Styles album. I've always loved The Weeknd. I don't want to sound like a poser or anything, but I was listening to him
No,
before
no.
before he blew up,
I
and then
actually,
you
I
know,
actually blame, I blame The Weeknd and Post Malone for making me like stop listening to heavy music, because that like um Beauty Behind the Madness, like that album.
oh, so
I
good.
listened. I listened. What's the one before it called? Like what? I found him out. Like, well, I discovered him on
I'll
that
take a
album
look.
before Beauty Behind the Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. It was like Wonderland or something like that. Or something. I
Yeah,
can't remember what
yeah, I
it's
think
called.
I think you're right. It is Wonder. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
Wonderland, but I'll double check.
yeah. So I sort of found him. I think sort of like the last end of that album cycle, and as soon as that Beauty Beyond the Madness came out, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then I think like Post Malone's first album had just come out or something like that, and I was just getting into him as well. And then as soon as that Beer Bongs and Bentleys dropped,
Oh,
I shit you not, I listened to Beer Bongs and Bentleys every single day from the day it came out until Hollywood is Bleeding came out, and I stopped listening to him. I'm not even joking. Like it was like it's not. I know, and it's not even like
oh my
Hollywood
God,
is Bleeding.
Jesus!
It's a no. It's not like Hollywood Bleeding's a bad album. It's a great album, but
Great album.
every single
Yeah.
day from date of release to the next album, I definitely I listen to him every
Respect.
single day, and
So I guess Post Malone's
still
not
now
featuring
that
on
might
one of
be
our
one of my.
songs.
No,
That would be
wait there.
sick.
Hang on a minute. That like he's still sick. I'm just saying, like it was just I had like a session with that album that I had to stop listening to him. So in fact, I'm gonna listen to the album tomorrow.
There you
I haven't
go.
heard it in a while now.
Yeah.
Also, it was Kissland.
But
That was the album before Beauty Behind the Madness.
Kissland, that was in Old
Kissland.
Wonderland. Yeah.
It's all right. We'll dub it in. Um, I think that's why I think I appreciate your music now is because I allowed myself to, and as we talked about earlier, allowed myself to listen to different types of music, really get invested in just music in general. Like, there are some artists that maybe, I don't like, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I like just let them go, because the worst thing you could do is find a band out and be like, I don't know if this is my style. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I jive with it. And then you're missing out on that band being something for you. Like you could be stopping yourself from enjoying a band. Like again, Dua Lipa. I'll give that example. Like I love her music now. I was never really a big fan prior to, her most current album, and then just like spun future nostalgia a ton, and I'm like, man, this is so like groovy, it's so riffy, it doesn't feel like the type of pop stuff that I'm like normally used to listening to, and I just found more of an appreciation for it. Same with the Harry Styles album, Harry's House. Like I feel like those are albums that I was just like, I used to take a shit on pop music, and then now I'm like, yeah, these are fire albums. I like them. They're good, and I am so glad that I would say a large majority of that stigma of being listening to heavier music and not listening to like a pop or an alt band or an indie band. I'm glad that's over with because it was in hindsight it was very childish. Like people can enjoy music whatever fucking music you want to enjoy. You know, I literally can go from listening to Dua Lipa to go listening to like the new Invent anime track, you know, completely polar opposite bands, but like enjoy them both equally. So just moral of the story is if you like music, just like it because you like it. Don't fucking, you
And
know,
if you're agreeing right there, if you're listening and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of have that mindset now, do yourself a favor. Go listen to Purpose by Justin Bieber and go listen to Future Sex Love Sounds by Justin Timberlake. Okay? 2 albums, 2 artists, which you probably shout on, right? And then come back to me. And then and if you want, just go listen to all of Justin Timberlake's back catalog. Like, it'll do it for you, right? Because there is a lot of people out there who are just like, no, I just listen to rock, right? Do me a favor, go take a shower, okay, and then go listen to these songs, and then go listen to Let Me In, and tell me how much you love it.
I'll admit right now, like some of my favorite songs are like "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," "Build Me Up, Buttercup."
oh
I've
yeah,
got like amazing. I've got
Time
amazing
after
memories.
time.
time after time,
Time
baby.
after time.
Yeah.
Honestly, like those songs, like when I hear them now, I get goosebumps. I've got goosebumps literally just talking about them now. How weird's that? But like,
That's
I've
sick.
got so like good memories of like when I'd heard those songs when I was a child. And yeah, like 80s music's amazing.
It's making a comeback, I think, too. So
Yeah,
that's
we're
always
bringing
good.
back hair metal.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah, brother, love it.
But it's funny though, because I was brought up on like on my mum's side, I was brought up on like Michael Jackson and Cher and stuff like that. And then on my dad's side, it was like Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
Extreme, Deep Purple.
Ooh.
So it is weird. Well, I mean, music's good, man. Just listen to it.
Yeah, I think it's just at the heart of it. If it's good songwriting, it's good songwriting. That's doesn't matter what genre it is. You know, obviously I'm not a huge country fan, but that's just like a given for me. I just can't jive with that
Isn't
sort
it
of
like the
stuff.
biggest genre out there though? Isn't it like the most popular like genre in America?
Bam, what do
Yeah.
I warm up to?
What do you want to? Oh no.
It's 2 songs. There's 2 songs.
I'm dreading this. I'm dreading this to be like my most played Spotify song, just because of like he sings it a couple of times before we start recording.
So I warm up to My Sacrifice by Creed.
And it's like a 6-minute song.
Right. and then I just throw up whatever Florida Georgia line track
No, no,
I
no,
want to
no.
run to, and then that's it, man.
Oh no.
There you
You
go.
had it with Creed. I was like, okay, that's fine. Then you had to hit me with the Florida Georgia.
Creed wasn't pushing it enough.
Yeah, it was not. No, you had to hit me with the Florida Georgia line. Then, that hurts. That hurt me.
I'm sorry, man. I had to do it.
Respect
So,
that.
by the way,
Yes.
it's 11:11 here as well. I just want to point that out.
Make a wish.
11:11.
Make a wish to go check out From Inside.
Yeah.
And Florida Georgia line.
We're not cool at all.
We're really not.
There's nothing cool about this, man.
Anyway, guys,
That's why we changed. We got tired of being cool.
you got tired of being cool, so you're being
Never was.
now you're extra cool. So, guys, let's go. The next question I have for you: if you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
My Sacrifice by Creed.
Oh no.
And I already know it, and I'm pretty sure Booth was. No. You were trying to learn it the other day whilst I was singing it.
Yeah, I was playing. I was playing along with it. I don't know. For me, probably like Time After Time. Like that's something I've mentioned in the past that I would love to do a version of.
I like both of those. Those are both peak answers, guys. If you want to give a suggestion to From Inside, drop it in the comments. Let them know what song you would love to hear them cover. If you pick a Florida Georgia Line song, I swear to God, I won't delete the comment because I'm not an asshole, but I'll be very upset. So I don't want to hear. That might be the only From Inside song I will not listen to.
I'm just gonna sneak in
Out of respect.
What were they called? A band ended up putting like a brand new, the band brand new with the section of the song from He's in like 17 times 7. It's the whole, is that what you call a getaway? Tell me what that bit. They ended up putting that in one of their songs because I think they were signed to the same label. I'm just going to try and sneak in some Florida Georgia Line hook on
Please,
like
for
the
the love
next
of God.
album and
I don't
just
know what you
not
have to
tell you
do,
about it.
Bam. You gotta
Yeah.
stop this man.
What did I say the other day? I said, let's
I
release a
wouldn't
country
even know.
song.
I
Oh,
honestly
that's
wouldn't
true.
know if you'd done it or not. I'd
Oh,
be like,
God.
oh, that sounds cool.
That thing you said about being
God.
in your truck
Oh, no.
and
No, 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 no.
going down
See,
to
that's
the
what I
lake.
said. It would be a dead giveaway.
Yeah, that thing
Oh.
you said about girls in ripped jeans.
Okay, that would
set
be a
about
little bit less
fireworks.
unassuming. The truck thing would be a dead giveaway, I think.
That's what country
I'll
music
keep an eye
is. Describe your day to me. Country music. That's all it is.
Yeah, I can't.
Brandon,
I
next
can't.
question.
We need to move on here because I'm gonna have to say some very unsavory things, and I'm not trying to get canceled. But the next question I have for you guys is, if you guys could pick a dream collaboration with From Inside, who would you love to have on a track?
Oh, can I give you one that I know definitely won't happen and one that could happen?
Yes, give me a realistic one and an absolute manifestation.
Right, okay. One that I don't think would ever happen
You don't know that though.
would I don't know. I can assume. I'll just say someone who's dead.
Say
No.
it like when we collab with this.
Yeah,
person.
see, exactly. Yeah, Bam
Okay.
knows. Bam's got the vibes. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. When we collab with Justin Timberlake, all right? When we collab with Justin Timberlake, I'm going to tell him that I suggested his album on this interview.
That's true.
And
Highest compliments.
one that I kind of have out there that could be possible. We've got a track on this debut album. There is a feature ready to go. Yeah. And I would like to put this out there right now. I would love for Avril Lavigne to do that feature. Now,
Yeah, I can see that working.
yeah, I want Avril Lavigne to do that feature.
All right.
Like,
Respect.
that's it. That's
Okay.
it. And
we can make it happen.
Yeah, I'm thinking with our joint connections between the three of us. I know Bam knows you, you know me. We should be able to do it.
That's what we're here, baby. Let's do it. Come on,
Let's
Avril
do it.
Lavigne. I know you watch my content. I do appreciate it. Thanks for subbing.
Avril Lavigne on that track would just bring me full circle. I listened to Skater Boy when I was like 8. Do you know what I mean? And now to do a track with her would be incredible. So, Bam. I think Bam's going to say the same.
I think I agree with you. Like, yeah, two very good collab ideas. I think like Billie Eilish and her brothers, like the way they produce songs,
Phineas,
like,
yeah,
that would be sick to do something in our style, you know, with that sort of production that they do. But obviously it's not realistic, but I'm putting it out there when we collab with them. But for a realistic one, I don't really know. Like at the moment, we have got a song that we do want a female vocalist on, half of the song with us, and I think at the moment we're just trying to find the right person to do that. So I'm going to keep mine open realistically because hopefully we can get someone who will just smash that song and make it even better.
So guys, listen, this is the part of the interview where you go onto twitter.com and you tag From Inside, and then you also tag Avril Lavigne, Billie Eilish, Phineas, and then you type in collab ? And listen, I'm on the internet, so I believe this is actually 100% accurate, that if it's on the internet, it's got to be real. So, collab tracks already been sent to the Dropbox. They've paid the money out for these sick collabs. So I'm just saying, it's just a matter of if you tweet that out to said people, then they'll drop the track. So I'll make the rules, but I believe
But
that's what
Elon
happens.
Musk does.
Yeah, exactly. So if Elon Musk does it, from inside does it, it's the same shit. So I'm just telling you, if you want to hear that sick track,
I'm pretty sure if you like tweet Elon Musk now, he just responds. Like is he just sat there on his phone all the time? I thought he had like rocket ships and shit. Do you know what I mean? He just replies to everyone.
He's too busy running Twitter now. So, guys, listen. Twitter is the Wild West now. So that's all I'm telling you is that if you want to hear this sick collab track, just do it up. I'm just telling you.
I'm about to lose my. So I tried this Twitter Blue thing, which Bam thought I was an idiot for. But I wanted to see it because like you can get apparently it gives you more of a reach. And I was like, oh, okay. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like Elon, if you're watching, like, can you explain this one to me?
Clip this and send this to Elon Musk. That's all.
Yeah, because like it just didn't. Because I thought to myself, I got it. I paid like $11.99 for it because, of course, we were announcing me and the band, and I thought, this should be a good idea. More people should see it. Nope. No, you see, like the analytics on it, because it now shows you how many people have seen your tweet.
Oh, that's even worse.
I find quite uncomfortable.
Oh my god!
It's called impressions.
Is it less than your followers? Is the number less than your actual followers?
Oh no, my followers. If we're talking percentages, are like, well, let's not. I'm just gonna put it out. I've got about. Wait a second. Give me a second. 2,000. So I've got just over 2,000 followers. Yeah.
Right,
tell me why only like 2 people see my tweets. like, are you crazy? Like,
it's just you and Elon Musk see your tweets. That's it.
yeah.
It's just a direct feed to Elon Musk. It's just him and you get to see the tweet. Well, at least he watched it. It's not one. That'd be terrible if Elon didn't check it out. So
yeah,
kudos to him.
Basically, Twitter Blue is called. It's known inside Twitter HQ as the Elon test.
Yeah,
and if he sees it, he's like, yeah, he was like, yeah, okay, then he's cool with it. But he was like, nah. It's just him and you that have seen it.
But now, if anything, like, he gave you the seal of approval for being, from Inside's new vocalist. So, I mean, that's kind of sick. Just saying.
Well, he did audition. So, yeah.
He also might be a little butthurt, to be fair, so.
Very. And that's
we never got back to him.
Yeah. The DMs have been read.
We never got back to him.
That should be the headline for this.
Yeah,
Elon Musk was about to front this band, but
we just ghosted Elon Musk.
Oh, that's great. Well, guys, listen. If you want to hear that sick collab, I'm gonna doubling down. Listen, I want to see it, so I'm gonna make sure to tweet it out at my time, which is 6:30 in the afternoon or like late evening, whatever. So
yeah,
you tweet it. Also, I'll tweet it. Everybody tweets it. Listen. Somebody's got to know.
We need to make a decision on one, though. We need to make a decision on one and really go with it. So, Pam, are we gonna go with Billie Eilish or Avril Lavigne?
In fact, I'll double down and do it right now while we're on here.
I would go with Avril because I feel like she would. What, are you on about for the song that we have ready?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Avril would suit the song better. Yeah.
I think Avril would. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We want Avril Lavigne. So.
Okay. I mean, if Mod's son could if he could.
Oh yeah, because
really, he wanted Avril, he was a big Avril fan, and
yeah.
If he could manifest just
I don't want to date a woman.
No, but if he can do that, I'm sure.
I just want to be on. I just wanted to be on a trip. I was like, no, I want dinner. Let's book a cruise, the Skater Boy cruise. Let's go. Are you writing this down, by the way, Brandon?
I am
making sure it's not... Yeah.
No,
okay,
I am literally about to make a tweet for this right now while we're on air here. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So you guys should do the same. But
I'll retweet it so Elon sees it.
If all 3 of us retweet it, then maybe 6 people might see it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the combined effort here, guys. Listen, we're a team. The next question I have for you guys is, obviously this might be a very like short answer question, but I'm curious for people who maybe aren't familiar with From Inside, and obviously, you know, with Zabe being in the band now, what song would you recommend to a new listener to check out? I mean, obviously you have one new song out, but you know, maybe you can give us a surprise on another song that might be coming out, and if it's your
What
favorite.
was that? What was those covers you did during the lockdown?
They're gone. They're not there.
There you go.
Yeah,
Google it.
it's of course Let Me In. But if someone goes, oh, I've checked that out. Is there anything else I could see? Only You is gonna be a song that we play live, and
Ooh,
so
okay.
it's
We're
it's
really proud
got
of that song.
yeah. That right there. When I that was the first song I heard of. When I was kind of like, shouldn't I? And that was definitely a winner for me. I was like, oh wow, this is good. So
Bam.
But
What do you got?
definitely Let Me In.
Definitely. Okay.
100% Let Me In. Listen to that song. But I mean, the next two releases, obviously the next one's very different again. But now it's mixed and got what it's got. It's a great song. And then the one after that, again, that is one of my top 3 favorite songs on the album so far.
Okay.
So the third single, you know, we shot 3 music videos in December, ready for the first 3 singles. So yeah, that third single as well. It's I think it's one of all of our favorites as well.
yeah.
The top 3 song. So I'm excited for that one to come out. That's a really like you have to dance to it in the verses.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just very.
I'll get
Very
my
good.
dance on in the reaction video. I'm excited. You know, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
man.
take my put my dance pants on and do it. I had somebody ask me,
I'll
they're
hold you
like,
to that.
"Are you?" I had someone ask me, they're like, "Do you wear anything underneath the t-shirt, like below?" And I'm like, "Oh, "Yeah." What do you think I had just like?
Are you mad?
Yeah, we're not.
I'm Winnie the Pooh in it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, we're all in the same boat then.
Yeah.
This is yeah.
I'm
Well,
sat on
if
the
you want to
toilet.
watch
This is
the
just green screen.
uncensored, yeah, if you want to watch the raw and uncensored version of this interview, where we're all like butt ass naked, you know, on the lower half, then you know that's
Yeah.
a part of our
Sign up to the
OnlyFans.
Patreon. It's on our audio. Wait, it's on the Audio Addiction Plus.
Yes, exactly. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
it's
the
a paid
cameras
subscription.
underneath.
Yeah, it's a paid
Yeah.
subscription. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
on my OnlyFans actually.
By the way, Bam, I know I've been in that. I've been in your apartment, but that does look like a green screen behind you. Like I know I've slept on that sofa many a times, and it doesn't look like that's real.
You've probably never even seen that lamp on, have you? Like, I think that's the first one turned on in months.
I'm proud of you, Bam. You really
I'm
brought
sorry,
out the
you have a
lighting.
lamp.
So there we go.
You have a lamp. Well done.
I'm proud of you. The decor is on point here.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Unlike mine, where you can clearly see my cat tower, and like the only thing that is of notice is my Audio Addiction logo sign thing, neon sign. But
Cool sign.
well, thank you. The next question I have for you guys is, if you guys were to compile a dream tour lineup, who would be on it?
Oh man.
Also, just to prove, I am gonna be tweeting this. I don't know if you can see
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna tweet it right now. Okay, there we go.
I
You
think
know
we both
what?
agree on like 1975.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
the 1970.
1975.
Their latest album is amazing.
It is
So
great.
good. Who else? You can pick the next one.
I know it might be a bit ridiculous, but wouldn't it be fun to tour with Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
It would be, wouldn't it? We all like. I absolutely
Yeah.
love them.
Booth would
And it's,
Booth would love that as well.
yeah,
The Biscuits like Booth's favorite band.
yeah, and like, and then I think it would be, yeah. So this is sound like a really odd lineup, so you might as well add a bit more to it. So it'd be From Inside, Limp Bizkit.
No, wait there. Limp Bizkit would open.
Oh, they'd open.
But we've got to get you got to get the energy in the room. Like they're gonna bring the energy.
I was
And then
actually
we'll
gonna
look awful
say,
after.
yeah, I was actually gonna say open with like 303. Yeah,
That's
we
yeah.
open with 303, then put on 1975, then put on Limp Bizkit, then us.
I would pay for that.
We'd have to pay for that.
Well, then I would just be Venmoing or like Cash Apping you guys. And let's start the
You'd be like,
GoFundMe
you're
now.
paying us how much?
We'll start the GoFundMe right now, guys.
Mm.
That is quite the most interesting lineup I think I've heard on here. I don't know if I've
Where would it
heard a more
happen
jarring.
though? I'm thinking Asia tour.
It's just in Asia. That's it. It's an exclusive.
It's like
Asian.
it's like
They get
across
it.
Japan.
They get it. Yeah, Japanese people
Yeah.
get it.
That it would be, and they'd look at the lineup and be like, yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? That
Works.
makes sense to
so
us.
much sense.
Yeah,
Promised
you do.
Promicide headlining. Yeah.
Oh, I
Makes
love
so
it.
much
Yeah.
sense.
We love it.
We'd if you did that in like the UK or the US, people would be like, "What a really odd tour." You do it in like Japan, and people go, "Yes." They're like, anybody
No
else?
questions.
Is Jay-Z going? Yeah,
No questions.
they're cool
Yeah.
with it.
Bam's, I almost thought Bam was gonna spit out his water in the video. He was about this close to. Oh, that was great. That would have been great. That would have been some peak YouTube video right there. God. But yeah, guys, listen, pre-sale tickets. If you live in Japan, then it's already started right now. Use promo code from inside. Get pre-sale access right now. Links
Exactly.
in the description. It's in that links tree, so just make sure you click that first, and then there will be a link. I don't know if it's gonna be up by that point, but just make your way around it.
You get an extra
you'll find
10%
it.
off if you tweet Avril Lavigne.
We should just put the link there, and then that
Ready.
will help put it out there.
There you go. That's.
Make a tour poster on the link. As well, so
Oh,
we
that'd
put
be
the link as just a
great.
poster.
Oh. We'll cut that part out where you said you were gonna make it because we're already tickets are flying. I haven't seen the metrics,
yeah.
but I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
they're
yeah.
flying off the shelves right now. So, love it. But the next question I have for you guys is I think I know for a fact I asked this to Bam the last time I had him on, but as many of you know, I'm a huge video game fan.
My bad.
Oh, are you good? Is it good? Is it good?
I don't know if you guys can hear me because I can't hear you a second. So
I can
hear
I can hear you. Yeah. Are we just gonna? We'll wait.
Yeah.
We shall wait. How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How about now? How about now? Now? We just have to keep talking, Bam. We're like, hello, hello, hello.
That's what you get when you don't use like Apple products.
Well, I'm
just
not using
works so
Apple. I'm not using Apple
No,
products.
but you're. I mean, yeah.
I'm also
but
on my
yours are,
computer
like,
though
are
too.
Yeah. Are they cabled? Like are they wired
Yeah,
in?
I literally have
Yeah.
I have my
yeah.
Android.
Can
I
you
have my
guys hear me
Android.
now?
We can hear you.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
could
hear
have
us?
heard you before that too.
Oh right. It's just these.
It's just the headphones.
It was just the headphones.
It's okay.
So I got the other ones on.
We'll cut it in. So, guys, my next question is my personal favorite. I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking this question. If you guys could be a video game character, who'd you be?
Oh. Crash Bandicoot.
Did you say that the last time, Bam? I'm curious. Now I'm gonna have to go find out. Now
I don't know.
I'll have to look.
This is where he inserts the.
And now in the last
Ins-
one, he's changed so much. He's changed so much. In the last one, he was like, "Fuck Crash Bandicoot."
What an arc!
Talking about 180. The thing is, though, I'd like Mario has like so many like abilities and strengths, but if he was able to do that in real life, wouldn't he be shredded? Do you know what I mean? Like
You're right.
he'd
Yeah.
have that like calisthenic body. So I'd be Mario, but I'd have to do something about the calories.
I'm like Mario before he gets the mushroom.
That's
is
that's right. That's right.
Do you know what,
is-
right? No one has commented on my height for years, and I'm not even that small. And then I met Zaid, and I've had nothing but like height jokes hit at me. And then like someone else in work started, and I was like, "Where's this come from? Like I've been this height for years." So I'm 5'7", by the way. Like I know
we're the same
short, but
height.
it's not
Yeah,
like
we're the same height. Yeah.
we're not that short, man.
Short kings.
Woo! Yeah, let's go.
Short kings.
Let's go.
I'm gonna plug this in as well. You're gonna see me come off
What,
screen
what
a
about
second.
you?
But
What would your favorite character? What would your ideal character be?
Oh, listen, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so it'd have to be the Pokemon trainer from Gold and Silver. That's my go-to pick every time because I am that much. Literally on my desk, I have like a bunch of like, I literally have just a bunch of like Pokemon figures all over my desk because I am that much of a nerd. And literally, my Nintendo Switch is on my computer desk, so
Yeah.
I'm
I think we've all got switches.
I'm a stan, So,
yeah, after this call, we just all just set up a free by GoldenEye.
oh
So
shit, that'd be great. Let's do it.
let's go.
Oh,
Let's
that came
go.
out this
I
week,
still
didn't
need. I
it?
still need. Yeah, I still need to actually download
I have to
it.
download it. Yeah.
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 No, I
I
know.
was
we'll
so
do
hyped
it.
for it. I still haven't done it yet.
I know everyone's so hyped and they forgot about it.
That's. I feel like that's the reality of being a Switch owner. It's just like you're just like, oh yeah, that came
Yeah,
out
but
with
they
that.
dropped
Sick.
it randomly, didn't they? Like they were just
I.
like out of nowhere.
They're just like,
not out of nowhere. They kept on saying it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and then they gave people like 4 days notice.
yeah. And
And it's
now
like out the Friday, and I'm
and
just
now
like,
it's out.
you could have made that a lot bigger, but
It's all right. We're not the marketing team behind Nintendo, but like if Nintendo wanted to like send us all three of us a care package, like that'd be kind of sick, So just saying, Nintendo, go buy the Nintendo Switch. I don't. What else would you
Avril
like me?
Lavigne comes to your door with a Nintendo care package, telling you that she wants to be on the new From Inside track, and she can't believe we're touring with Limp Bizkit. That's
Yeah,
the day.
exactly. Yeah, that's
That's it.
that happened.
That's
That's
it.
gonna happen when this interview comes
Mhm.
out. That's when it happens. So,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
get ready. I hope you're extremely excited. I'm stoked for you guys. So it's gonna be sick. Uh, the next question I
But
have.
Bam's lift is broken still, probably, so she's gonna have to walk up all those stairs.
She'll just skateboard up the steps. Actually,
Yeah, exactly. I've seen her jump
Yeah.
like these apartment blocks that have the fire escapes.
yeah,
I've seen her use those in the music videos. So yeah, she's fine with it.
yeah.
So
It's
around
like
the
Tony.
next
It's like
question.
the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. She'll do like she'll be doing like an ollie up the steps. Like a god. So.
She's got it. She's got it.
She is a goddess. So the next question I have for you guys is: I'm sure you've seen your fair share of live shows, but in your opinion, who puts on a great live performance?
It's sad to say, Linkin Park was amazing.
Oh, I wish I could have seen them. That's like one band on my list that I unfortunately won't be able to see. So
Yeah, that was nice. Is it of Mice and Men supported? And I was a huge of Mice and Men Mice and Men
Oh,
fan. And
yeah.
yeah, like it was an insane show, but the audience just weren't into them. Like it was really weird. I was like, this is awesome. But yeah, Linkin Park definitely. I'm gonna say Bams is Blink-182.
I haven't actually seen Blink. Do you know
Not
what? One
yet.
thing
Not
one
yet.
thing I said last year was a few years ago, I never got to see Alexis on Fire and Blink-182 live, and November, December, well, whenever last year at some point, I got to see Alexis on Fire, and then the next day, Zaid got us Blink-182 tickets, and I was like, holy shit, how mad's that? Like I've managed to like the two bands that I said I wish
Oh,
I
that's
saw
sick.
because they'd broken up. And yeah, so we're gonna go see Blink in December, and then I got to see Alexa on Fire
Ooh.
a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, they were
But,
like a year in advance, weren't they?
Yeah. But as for bands who put on an amazing show, one band always stood out to me years ago, and I think it was like there was a tour called The Taste of Chaos in like 2006, and Story of the Year put on one of the best shows I'd ever seen at the time. They were like throwing the guitars across the stage, they were doing backflips off the amps and that, and I was like, I want to be that band. Like, I want to be able to do all that on stage. Like that was one thing as like a 16-year-old or whatever. Like that was something that proper stood out to me. And then as for like recent though, I got to see Sleep Token just before
Oh, yes.
everything closed down in 2020, and it was in like a medium-sized venue in Liverpool, and that was amazing. It was so good, and like what they're doing now is even better. But
Oh,
I've
yeah.
not caught it yet, but I'd love to go see him again.
They're blowing up too, so big kudos. They're
Yeah.
awesome. I love Sleep Token so much. But yeah, love this. Those bands are super sick, and I obviously have love for Sleep Token. I hope that they'll be coming back to the States again. I missed out on them the last time, but I do not want to miss out on them again because I've heard from other friends of mine that they just are so like pristine live,
Yeah.
so very excited to
There's
see
like
them.
there's loads of like well filmed YouTube videos on YouTube, but and it looks amazing. Yeah, all right. I realized what I said. That's why I
I'm
stopped.
glad.
But
I love
yeah,
it.
I'm glad you
yeah.
got
I say
one
that
out.
I say that shit too,
Put that.
Bam. I say that
But yeah,
so I feel it, yeah.
No, wait a second. Wait a second. Did you say the YouTube videos on YouTube? Yeah.
we're cutting that. We are not.
Just checking that.
I'll just send it to
Just checking
Zaid. Zaid can use that as his
Yeah.
I
as
mean-
Now-
like a social
Now,
media
do I
post.
tweet? Now, do I put my tweets on Twitter?
Well, I've seen that you post TikTok videos on Instagram, so you can't say never say never. I've seen watermark TikTok videos on Instagram, so
I also have done the same thing, so yeah, I can corroborate that.
There's no getting around Bam, is there?
I'm always right, dude. I'm always right.
I didn't say that. That's definitely not what I'm inferring in this conversation.
You know.
I'm not trying to make this divisive, guys. I'm just trying to help out here. But yeah, I would love to see Alexis on Fire. I did get a chance to see City in Color, who obviously
Nice.
Dallas Green is the vocalist of that, and also Alexis on Fire. And man, that guy's got the voice of an angel. I'll tell you what. So I can't
How
wait
long
to see
did
him
it
again.
take you guys to realize the name, by the way? Like, I think I caught onto that a little bit slowly. Like, he done Seat in Color for about a year, and I was just walking along listening to it, and I was just like, oh man, that's great. I was like, oh, City and Color.
yeah. Ooh,
I
yeah.
was like, that's smart. And then
Yeah.
I just kind of walked on.
I thought it was
think someone
pretty
told me.
cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I looked it up because I was like, wait, his name's Dallas Green. And then the first thing that was posted was like, yeah, he didn't want to have like his project to be like his name. So he was like, how can I make it more interesting? And then he said City in Color because, Dallas, the city, color green. So, and I was like, oh, that's
Someone
actually
listening
intelligent.
right now
Well.
went, yeah, someone listening just went, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm glad that the mystery is still unsolved for some people. So glad I could help out.
Yeah.
Audio addiction, just giving you the facts here. But the next question I have for you guys is favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Oh, Bam's gonna hate mine, so he can go first.
I'll go first, but mine's still going to be the same answer as I gave you last time. I
Wow.
imagine, which would be like it's never going to change. Like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is always going to be my like one-time favorite TV show. US Office as well is like just underneath it for me. And then movies is Drive with Ryan Gosling. It's just one of those. It's just since seeing like the trailer for it, I fell in love with it. And then second to that would be like 500 Days of Summer,
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
which I showed
Zaid?
Zaid like last week. We watched it together.
What?
Yeah.
You had
Covered
not
night
seen that? Oh,
I had not seen it. I had not seen that film, and I was like, "Oh, this is good." This
it's
is
so
really
good. Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
One of my favorites as well too.
yeah. I gotta go. So my favorite TV show is The Big Bang Theory. Like, and I know a lot of people are like, "Big Bang Theory." Is like, shut up. Like, I watch what I watch. Like, get over it.
Respect. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite film is it changes like not like a lot, and they're still old films, but sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. But I probably stick with either Aladdin or The Breakfast Club.
Ooh, yeah.
So, and
All
like
right.
the
But
original
the Aladdin
Aladdin.
remake, yeah.
Yeah,
The remake.
love the Aladdin remake.
He's a big Will Smith fan.
Yeah.
Love it.
Do you know what?
Get your name,
I thought that film.
get his name out your mouth.
I thought that film was awful, but Will Smith was amazing as the genie. I really liked him as the genie,
Zayd's face.
and I'll stick to that. I don't care. I'll stick to that. Obviously, Robin Williams was way better, but like, the best part about that film was Will Smith.
That's fair. You know, it was a very low bar to entry, you know, so I'll give that to you. But, you know, Robin Williams, OG, I mean, you can't, like, he's synonymous with the genie, so big love for Robin
In
Williams.
fact, another one of my favorite films is Hook.
Oh,
Like, that's just
yeah.
one
Oh,
of
my
my-
God.
yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Guys.
What's yours, by the way? I'm just very curious. About
Okay.
this.
Favorite TV show? Ooh, that's tough. I don't really watch a lot of TV anymore. If anything, I watch like a lot of YouTube videos.
Man. Yeah.
So usually I'll watch. I've been watching this one YouTube channel called Colin and Samir, where they interview other YouTubers, and they talk about like their process and like all this other stuff. And I love how the way that they interview people. So I also like very much, because this is something I do for fun, I always like to try to kind of incorporate the things that I enjoy doing, but also like how does that person interview someone else? And I'm always trying to like better myself as an interviewer. So I watch a lot of other people interview other people. I know it's like a fucking Leonardo DiCaprio kind of shit where I'm like, oh yeah, Inception. So I'm like, oh, I gotta watch another interviewer interview someone else. Yeah. Yeah, so I watch a lot of that, but if I had to pick an actual TV show, I watch a lot of anime, so I will say the one that I like the most is Erased. That one is just like storyline wise, great. If you're into like a suspenseful kind of like thriller like genre of anime, definitely one to watch. It'll keep you on your toes. So
I gotta ask, dubbed or subtitle?
oh, it's gotta be subbed. Yeah, no doubt.
Oh right, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
dubbed.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, there are some good dubs, don't get me wrong, but I feel like in order to kind of like, and also helps you like pay attention more too within the story, you gotta do it subbed. I feel like, you know, there's just something about the emotion of the original voice actors who did it, you know. No offense to the, you know, people who dub, because they also do a great job too. And
Oh, don't worry,
deserve
they're
love.
getting paid a lot of money.
Oh yeah, but also
they don't
like,
care.
salutes to the people who do that too. And then movie. Ooh, I'd probably say another animated film. Howl's Moving Castle is like, I love all the Studio Ghibli movies. They're like, you know, not only like heartwarming, but like just great story writing, great like, you know, audio visual kind of stuff. And God, do they make me sob like a like a like a kid. It's great.
I thought I was the only one who, when watched those films, thought that food looks good.
Oh
Turns
yeah,
out the internet
yeah.
agrees, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad.
It is so
what
good,
the
yeah.
hell?
I've never seen it. I've
Oh,
never seen
right.
it. Like, it's one of those films that everyone like talks about all the
I
time,
love 'em.
and I've never
Literally-
bothered
Yeah.
to watch it.
Literally have like an actual like poster, you know. So I still have to hang this up.
I think
but-
it's on the UK Disney Plus now, or am I making that up? It
Don't
might be. It might be. But Bam, you're like, it's, how can I put it? You start to forget. You're like 5 minutes in, and you start to forget that like that's like an animated film.
Yeah.
And it just feels real. And that's just credit to the whole team that work on it, like those kind of stuff. Like, it's mad.
It is a weird like connection that you feel with these sorts of movies. So I gotta give massive props. But if I had to not pick an animated movie, I love all of the Rush Hour films. Those are hilarious. So I'll give the salutes to them. Those are can't knock the comedy, can't knock the just greatness of Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. I mean, they're just such a dynamic duo. So I would have to say those are my favorites right now.
Yeah, and if you've never seen them out there, just don't watch them with me, because I ruin it by just quoting. Do you know what I mean?
I
I'm
got
one of
you.
those that-
Listen,
Do you know what?
I love it.
I think I've only seen the third one once, and I wasn't a fan of it, but I loved the first two, like when I was growing up.
Yeah, the third one was a bit of a stretch.
It's a little
and they're doing
rough,
a fourth
yeah.
one.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
I mean, there
bet.
are some good jokes, but I would say first Rush Hour, second Rush Hour, good stuff, good stuff. But next question, guys. It's gonna be the final one. I know we're at the end of the line here, but um, you know, I've been doing interviewing for not well over, just around 7 years now. And this is my passion. This is what I love to do. This is something that I believe very strongly in, and I, want to share my love of finding bands and getting them on. And obviously, you guys get to talk about your love of making music and putting it out. But what kind of fuels your passion to do it? Why do you guys do it? Why is it something that's important to you that you spend lots of money, time, blood, sweat, tears, all of that into making music? Because I mean, realistically, you could be doing other shit, right? But you choose to do it because you love to do it. So why do you guys choose music?
Bam does it for the money.
There's definitely no money in it.
Who knew Zay would be
I've
such the
never-
jokester, man? I'll tell you what. I did not know what to expect,
Oh,
but
you should-
man.
Honestly, you should hear him when he pulls out his one-liners constantly. Like, just do something random right now.
Oh no!
You'll
Whoa!
just come
Whoa!
up with
Whoa!
some, like,
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Like on the spot, you'll just come up with some
Whoa.
stupid joke straight away.
No, you know what? I don't perform on demand. Right? But watch
This
yourself.
is a part of a joke, by the way. This is
It's
just going to
not.
be one
It's
of his
not.
jokes.
It's not. We went through a couple of months where I'd say something, and then he'd look at me and go, "Where's the punchline?" Because
Oh my God.
it got too much.
It got too
did.
meta. It got
Every
too
single
meta.
conversation,
Oh my
I was so on edge.
God.
I didn't know if it was like him telling me a story or he was telling me a joke.
I
and was
love
just like,
that.
yeah, because I'd fall for it every time. I'd be like, "Really?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah.
The reason, I mean, for me, like since the first time I ever been on stage, and like, I used to get filled with so much adrenaline, like I'd be like shaking constantly, and I've never found, well, up until like 5 years ago, I'd never found anything to match that sort of energy that I felt like performing on stage, and I started tattooing about 5 years ago, and for me, I get that little bit of the same feeling when when I've completed a tattoo and my customer looks in the mirror, and I'll see them going into the mirror and looking at their reaction,
Hmm.
and it was that like feeling that like I've done something for someone, and it means so much to them, and it made me feel good, and that's something that like matched that same energy as like being on stage and having songs that like people love and stuff like that. So I think for me, it's mostly the feeling that it gives me. Maybe I'm just selfish. Maybe I just want people to like something I've done. I don't know.
You really went from
Please
like
like
here
me.
to like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all it is. I'm chatting shit. Just like me, please.
What a shill.
Do you know what? Do you know what fuels it for me? It's the fact that I could be doing like a 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean? For the rest of my life, I could be doing retail. I could be doing this. I could be doing that. These are things that I've tried. I've had a taste of, and you know what? They sucked. And what fuels me is just the accomplishment of getting something done when we finished a track, when we've completed a music video, when we've like, it hasn't happened yet, but of course I can plug it here. Our shows, our tickets are selling. Like who knew? Like as soon as we would announce that people would, and Bam can back me up here, Brandon. We booked small venues. We knew some people would be interested.
Sure.
We didn't want to book like big venues because how then we didn't know how many people would fit it. And now it turns out there's more people who've told us, yeah, they've either got the tickets or they're rounding people up for them. And it's just like, they're not all going to be able to fit in these, like, and it's going to be interesting to just see how like this all works out. Of course,
Yeah.
some of them, like the shows that we've got coming in a couple of weeks. I don't know how things are in the US at the moment. The economy here in the UK is not the best, and like some people already have said to me,
It's yeah.
like it's yeah, it's hard to go out and have like a night out and stuff, and I totally get that. So, but yeah, the tickets that are selling, the people listening to the music, the response we get from it, it's that accomplishment, and it's
Hmm.
kind of, I guess, it's the same as Bam. Like Bam accomplished, like he said, when he's doing his tattooing, that's a passion of his.
Yeah.
Like, and it's I've seen him. I've seen him there on a night drawing what he's going to do the next day, and he puts a lot of time and effort into that. And then having that be like the thing that happens, um, it finalizes. Yeah, you do get that accomplishment, and I guess the only way I can like say it is, when you complete like a game,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you're like, and you're really like happy about that. That's the kind of feeling I get. Like, oh yeah, that was sick.
I
Like,
did it.
but you
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, you get that every time you do something here. Um, so I don't know what level we're on right now in the From Inside game, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. And I guess next we need to go save the princess. Actually, no, she's got right. Bowser's got her too many times. At this point, it's her fault.
You're
Do you
out
know
on
what I
your own
mean?
adventure, you know? I
Yeah,
got you.
no, yeah, you're out on your own. How many times do I have
Yeah.
to save you?
There you go. You
Um,
got it. That's
yeah,
the way to live.
yeah, yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, do you know what? I can't be bothered. So I'm just gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on doing the music stuff, and someone else can go save Peach.
There you go. That I couldn't have said it better myself, I don't think, on that one. So, uh it's to I know Bam's laughing, but that's great.
Yeah,
I will say at least, like I said, knowing Bam, knowing from inside for as long as I have, and experiencing your music from the early stages all the way up till now, like I got to give you guys a lot of credit for not only continuing to do it, but like finding Zayd, and Zayd being willing to join the band and do this, because um nothing brings me more joy than to have bands on that are still doing it. Like that to me is like almost incentivizes me to continue doing it, right? Like there's plenty of times, especially during the pandemic, where I was just like, I don't, are people gonna still watch what I do? Do people still give a shit about what I do, right? And I imagine you guys can kind of feel the same way in regards to, doing music and stuff. But um it's a crazy thing, and I think that, I hope that at the very least, being an OG fan of From Inside, like, I hope that people take the opportunity to listen to your new stuff, because I know you guys have put a lot of heart and effort into it. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it from like the very baby stages till now. Um, and to see you guys grow in that sort of way, I think it just inspires me to continue to like grow in the ways that I do in interviewing bands and stuff. And obviously those two things are two different situations, but like I appreciate that you guys have not given up your willingness to stop doing this. Like you could have, Bam could have closed the door and been like, "Yep, that's it. We're done." It's fine. That's what it is. It is what it is, right? I got my
it nearly
tattoo,
came close.
and it probably did, right?
Yeah,
I almost got close to closing out and doing audio addiction, but like, I took some time off. I reflected. I'm like, and there was like a 2 month period where I took off. I didn't post anything. I just kind of just like went about my life, and I'm like, God, I miss this shit. Like I love interviewing bands. Like why would I ever stop doing this? Like this is something that has literally changed my life. Why would I ever want to stop doing that? Why would and also why would I give up on the bands that have been doing it as long as I've been doing it, or maybe even longer? Um, or can I find fresh talent still? Absolutely. Um, and there was just a lot of questions that kind of wavered in my head, and like I can kind of find similarities in that struggle of being like, I don't know if I want to do it anymore, if I'll have the passion to do it, or will people give a shit? And to have you guys do well in the small clubs in the UK, and just like still bringing people out and doing this, like, despite, whatever trials you guys have going on, and to still plug away and still do it, and releasing a single, the next, like, literally 10 or 15, 10 to 12 songs, or however many songs you guys are going to be releasing. Like, that's a crazy feat, like, that's a good thing, and to, again, see you guys and support that, and is such a good thing. And obviously gonna send the posy vibes through the interwebs here. But I think what you guys are doing are great, and I'll be continuing to follow the journey as I always have. And it's a good thing, and I think this is a fresh start to From Inside, and I hope that people can kind of join the ride and be a part of the journey, because it's gonna be sick. At least I think so, and I'm just some guy on the internet, so.
It's gonna be gutting when I
The
quit
thing,
tomorrow.
the thing is though,
That
you
was a
say you're
bit.
just a
I
guy
know
on the
that was a
internet.
bit.
You say you're just a guy on the internet, but like, if it wasn't for creators like yourself who do this, like, I saw, like, did you see Ronnie Radke's post the other day saying
I
about,
didn't.
like, he was like sending love to all the like people who do reaction videos and stuff like that, and he was right. Like, the people who are reviewing these songs or reacting to these songs are putting bands in front of audiences that probably wouldn't have found them before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, props to you for doing that and helping bands out. And, like, your listeners might now check us out and be like, whoa, these are cool. Well, we're not cool, but, like,
You
these are
guys are
good.
cool. Don't
Do
they?
you
They
know what I
are
mean?
cool.
Like, it's
Don't
just
let
one
them
of
lie to
those,
you like that.
but no, I definitely appreciate, you asking us to come on, and we just spent 2 hours talking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great. And that's to me, like, I hope that people find out what you guys are about. Like, obviously, we can make jokes and, like, have fun and do this, and that's what I love to do. But also at the same time, it's like, I hope that people kind of see this and they're like, oh shit, these guys are really cool. Like, I enjoyed their conversation. Like, I live in the UK now. I'm gonna go see them. And I hope that the fans that are watching in the UK, you go out and go see From Inside, because they really work their ass off. And I'm fingers crossed I see them in the new year here in the States. I don't know what's gonna happen, but, like, that'd be kind of sick. So yeah, I mean, like I said, send in the positive vibes, and I just hope that From Inside kills it from here on out. This is the start, and I know you guys are gonna be doing well, and reaction videos to come going further on here. But the last thing, guys, the reason you're probably on here, tell the people where they can find you out on social media, what you guys have coming up next in the next couple months, and anything else you would like to plug.
Yeah,
Mr.
well,
Me, Zaid.
oh yeah, I was gonna say I'll take this one away.
Zaid's got it.
So
Put the team on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bam,
let's go.
Go to bed. You go to bed.
Bam just leaves.
Yeah, Bam just leaves. Right, we're From Inside.
He's on the
From
back
Inside
couch.
UK. That thing ain't real. Yeah, From Inside UK. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Tell your mum, dad, and your grandparents to like all of our stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
Tell Elon Musk to stop what he's doing with Twitter and let people see what we're doing. Then we've got now 2 YouTube channels. We've got our main channel with music focus, and then we've got the From Inside Out pod. Class, which we are going to be releasing new episodes monthly. By the way, I'm gonna rephrase that. We're planning on releasing new episodes monthly. We've here's the thing about us. We're trying our hardest to be as big as we can be, and we can't do that without these social media platforms giving us a little bit of a nudge now and then to get into new spaces. So if you see us, follow us, and if you see the content, just like it, because guess what, that costs you nothing. So please do it just for us. And also, Brandon, I gotta say 2 things. Number 1, this has been an amazing interview, and number 2, your voice is perfect for this stuff.
Oh,
like
thank you. Thank you.
An entire thing, I was like, oh man, like he's got it down. So yeah, get subscribed into the YouTube channels. And just even if you like when you see the stuff, you just like, oh, I normally wouldn't like that, or comment on that. Just think of anything. You can do it.
You got it.
But yeah.
I got faith, you know. So, guys, go check out From Inside. You know, they're an OG member of Audio Addiction. I felt so stoked to have these guys back on with new blood, new drive, new
Am I now
passion.
invited to the barbecue? Am I
Yes,
in?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
I'm legit. No joke. I am trying to I want to eventually meet all of the homies that I've done interviews with. So UK tour, you know, UK like press run here, guys. Listen, I don't know that's not out of the cards. I would love to visit whatever country I've interviewed bands in, which are a lot. So I don't make a lot of money, so I will try to make it at some point. But I would definitely love to make it to the UK. So I will let you guys know when I'm in the area. But seriously,
sure.
go check out From Inside. Again, OG members, you know you got to go give them some love. So I'll leave links in the description. Go give them a follow. Listen, like Zayd said, nothing means more than just giving a like, giving a retweet, giving a share, all that shit. You know, I say that all the time and you guys don't do it and that upsets me, but hey, whatever. I still go on and I make my shit, you know? This is important to me. So if anything, don't do it for me, do it for From Inside. So please go give them some love. Seriously, I am so stoked for what they're going to be doing next. So I hope you are as well. And if you do live in the UK, go out and fucking see them. All right? Like, I don't need to tell you. I live in the States, so that would be a very costly trip for me. But if if you want to start a GoFundMe to get me out there, then, that's cool. I'd be down for that, whatever. But like, seriously, if you do live in the UK, go out and see them. They're fantastic. I'm, so stoked to see their live performance. And then, they're going to be hitting the States in 2024. So, they're going to be all everywhere. World tour in
Asia, we're
2025.
doing Asia first.
Yeah.
With,
Asia first, and then you'll come to the States. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're bringing that tour to the US.
Okay.
It's called the I Can't Believe This Actually Happened tour.
Yes, but it did. It's real. So guys, pre-sale tickets in the description. But yeah, I'm very stoked for what they're going to be doing. Also, make sure to give a subscribe to their podcast as well. I'll also leave links for that as well. Please go. That's such a cool thing, and I like how I really did watch the first episode, and I was like, this is so fucking sick. Like, this is because bands don't typically do that sort of shit. So I love it,
That's cool that you watched it, man. I didn't know you watched it.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat. I was just like, I was watching some clips of it, and I was just like, man, this is actually really sick. I was like, is it just clips? And then I was like, oh, wait, it's an actual episode? All right, let me watch that shit. So then I watched it. It was great. So if you want to get more insight on all that sort of stuff, then you can go check out that video. It's probably equal as long as this video. So, spend the time.
How long we been running?
Almost a little over 2 hours. So we're doing great.
That's mad.
We're doing great. We're doing great. But these guys are in the UK, so it's like super, super late. But please go check out From Inside. If you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. As well as this will be out on audio format. Listen, I make this joke every time, and I'm going to continue to make it. Like, these two guys, hottie alert, so if you didn't want to watch the video, I'm gonna be very upset because these guys are hot, so I'd be very disappointed. But if you do have like a long drive home or whatever and you just want to listen to the audio, then that will be up on the site.
Pull over pull over your phone and check out what we look like.
And then if you don't like it, then listen to the audio version. But no. Seriously, if you'd like to listen to the audio version, because I know people have been asking about it, it will also be on Spotify, Apple Music, all that sort of stuff. So your preferred streaming platform. Go check it out. And also, big thing, go follow them on Spotify so you don't miss out on a new track when it drops, because it will be on there. So go give them some love. And huge thanks to Zayd and my boy Bam for coming on tonight. It's been too long, and very stoked for what you guys got next.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. We'll speak to you soon.